Hello, this is Conversations from Gameology.ir, and my name is Hamid Rezani Kufar. In this episode, we're having a conversation with Konrad Tomaszkiewicz. I hope I pronounced it right. He's the director of Witcher 3 Wild Hunts and CD Projekt Red, and believe me, he's a real master in his work. Anyway, we're talking about Konrad, game design, environment design, how to create a real and vivid world in an open world game, and lots of cool stuff and helpful stuff for anyone out there working on a video game. And this is our very first podcast, so bear with me if I suck. I don't want to kill the music, it's amazing. Yeah, fade out.
Do you hear us well?
Yeah, I hear you.
Cool. My name is Konrad, I'm the director of The Witcher 3, and with me is Robert, our PR dude. Yeah, and we are ready to speak.
Great. Thank you for having this conversation with me. And this is our very first podcast on Gameology.ir, and I was thinking who to interview in this first episode, and I asked myself, what was the last great game that inspired me the most? And I think without any further question, it was clear for me it was The Witcher 3. And yeah, here we are.
Cool, it's nice to hear.
Great. Now, before we begin, I wanted to be sure to pronounce your last name correctly. So I went online and watched some interviews with you. And funny thing is, in each of them, the interviewer skipped or dodged the pronunciation of your last name. So I want to make a history here and pronounce it voluntarily. Is it okay?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Konrad Tomaszkiewicz. Is this right?
Not really. It's Konrad Tomaszkiewicz.
Ah, man. I thought it was right.
You were close. Really hard, but you are close. Yeah, and don't blame yourself. It's really hard to pronounce our surnames. For in English, it's a hell. We know it.
Imagine a Persian guy pronouncing a Polish name with, I think, a Russian accent.
Not really. I don't hear Russian accent actually.
Okay, let's talk about you. You have a very interesting background. First, you were a tester at CD Projekt Red, if I'm correct. But
yes.
Now you're the director of Witcher 3. This is amazing. How did this happen?
Well, it's a really long story, but actually it was a combination of hard work, of course, and luck. Because when I was on the fourth year of my studies, and it was the Medical Academy in Warsaw, I get the newsletter from Gry Online. It's Polish magazine, game magazine, that guys in Poland try to do the game. I checked the website and I saw that they're searching for a tester. I thought that it's a cool opportunity to check how the industry works and maybe earn some money for the vacations. I came here and it was around 1 year when I worked with guys and test demos and the design of first Witcher. I complained a lot and I was really annoying. And they decided to move me to the design because I was too big troublemaker in the QA. And when I become a designer, I actually work near almost everything which is connected with design. It was gameplay, the boss fights, putting the monsters into the game world, create the living world, communities in the world. Creating quests and directing these quests. And after first Witcher, we start to work on the second one. And I figure out that actually in our pipeline, in our studio, we're missing one department. Mm-hmm. And it was something between story design, between writers, and between gameplay designers. Because writers got a huge creativity, huge imagination, but usually they are not so fluent with technical side, scripting side, and stuff like this. From the other side, the gameplay guys are really technical oriented. They know how to do the gameplay proper, but they don't know how to create the story, how to tell the story. And I saw that there is a gap in the studio, and we need the department which will focus on quest design, which means that they taking from the story synopsis for story, which is cut for the quests and ideas for the quest, and they expand these ideas and creating them in the engine. And all the time directing those quests to achieve the best pacing and the best emotion management. And it starts from this. The head of the studio put me to the lead of this department, and we work like this. We will work like this around 2 years, and we finish The Witcher 2. And after Witcher 2, the head of the studio decided that actually the job which are doing is really similar to the position of leading the whole game, because the game director is responsible for the vision for the game. And also later he needs to work with every department and be sure that the vision is everywhere is proper and it's not going into the wrong way. Yeah. And later he needs to gather everything and put it together into the one game, which needs to be cool and which we decide on the start that we will aiming into the 90 plus Metacritic score. Yeah. That means that it was quite similar, but for me it was a huge challenge and it was really hard time. And we done it. We released the game. We got really cool feedback from the fans and from the magazines. We are really proud, and I'm really proud of the whole team because it was a hell of a job to do it. Many people asking me what is the best way to create a good game, and there is no good recipe or good schematic for something like this. It's perfect combination of gameplay elements and story elements and the actual intuition and feeling what you want to do. And I think that I learned when I worked on the second Witcher how to direct this particular quest, and I saw what we can achieve with this emotional management and telling the story in the proper way. And I tried to use the whole knowledge in The Witcher 3, and I'm really lucky because we got a really great team, and every lead is really good, and putting a lot of effort and energy into the parts he keeping, and because of it, I believe that our game got the soul.
There's a great story. It's funny because I've kind of had a similar story myself. I'm a game designer and music composer right now. But when I started as a composer. And one day the head of this company that I've been making music for asked me if I've ever done any game design. Because during our meetings, just like you, I was constantly talking about their game designs and level designs and how they can improve their game and giving them suggestions. Then a little later, believe it or not, I became their lead game designer. Now I'm working in another video game company. I'm the creative director and a lead game designer there. So it's crazy how your life can change and you can become somebody that you never thought to be.
Yeah.
So I think for the people who dream of becoming a game developer, I think we can say go for it. Is that right?
Exactly. Go for it and try, because people. When I was young, and I spoke with my friends about the game development, which was not really popular in Poland. There was one company, but it was really niche industry here. I spoke with them and they told me that they're thinking, and I told at that time also that to be a game, to work, with the games, you need to be a programmer and you need to finish the proper studies to do it. And actually, it's not true. The important is if you got your inner drive, if you got intuition, if you love the games, and if you want to do it. And for everyone who wants to do the games, we can tell them try, even if they cannot work in the company. take the engines, take the editors, check how it works, try to do it something by yourself and develop your skills, because we got really unique knowledge, and this knowledge is possible to get only when you will try to do something, and only when you will read the articles from people who work in the game dev industry, because you cannot learn it yet on any studies. There are studies, of course, which trying to teach people, but it's not the level yet which we can use, like one-to-one in the company.
Yeah, true. Okay, let's talk about Witcher. First, congratulations on the huge success of Witcher 3. Boy, what a great game it is. I have a confession to make here. Look, I'm a huge RPG fan, but I've never been very fond of Witcher series for some stupid reason, of course. But recently, I finished Witcher 3, and easily it became one of the best RPGs I've ever played in my life. It's such a huge game. What do you guys do after releasing such a big bomb? What do you think is the best thing to do after finishing this as a game developer?
Vacations, because we need to regenerate our health, but of course we are doing the expansions and also the other team working on the Cyberpunk. But for now, for people who was exhausted after the work on The Witcher 3, we need to rest and we need to recover our energy, and then we'll think what to do later.
Right. So, do you people at CD Projekt ever get tired of making games with swords and same characters and stories? And I think, as an employee or employer, what do you think is the best thing to do in such a situation when you have to work on a particular franchise for a long time?
Yeah, for me, it's 11 years of working on the Witcher series, and for sure, the best is to do something else and to refresh your minds, to refresh your energy, and try to do something else to get the other ideas and rest, because it's not about the rest of like sleep and you getting rest. It's the rest of the brain, and it's not so easy to achieve, because when you're doing something like this so long, you're waking in the morning and thinking what Geralt would do or what Yennefer would say, and you need something new, because you can get crazy after this amount of time.
Yeah. Now, before the release of Witcher 3, you've said that Skyrim quests and stories are generic, and you can't even remember 5 characters from that game. Now, as an Elder Scrolls fan, I think it's a very ballsy statement to say, but while playing Witcher 3, I completely understood what you were saying. And why is that? Is it because Witcher have better story or narration, or is it because let's ask this, why Witcher characters are so memorable, I think?
First of all, I want to say that because many people don't understand it this way, but I never told that it's a bad game. I think that the Skyrim is one of the best RPGs with open world I played.
Yeah.
I told it only because that I feel that we're doing a different game. We're doing the story-driven, right? And for me, the Skyrim is gameplay-driven game, exploration-driven game. Our point was to create a great story with which give you the huge immersion, and which give you the emotions, and the emotions are the bigger issue here, because I believe that RPGs computer RPGs or video games RPGs was created based on the pen and paper RPGs. And what is the crucial in the pen and paper RPGs, that first of all you got the great immersion, and the second of all you got emotions, and that's why it's so fun to play the pen and paper RPGs. And not many people try to move this emotion management to the RPG games. My goal from the beginning here, and the goal of our story writers, is to create a story which is believable. This is the first thing. Of course, we're doing it in the fantasy world, but the situations you approaching and the people you're approaching needs to be believable. They need to be real. They need to be organic. You need to feel that they are not the NPCs you meeting in the game, but they are people from flesh and bones, and they got their own motivations, ideas, their own lives in this game. And that was our bigger challenge to create it. But we got really great writers, and they put the soul into these characters. And I believe that because of these real characters and really diverse story based on the legends and real situations from the real life, and speaking about the hard subject, we achieved something which is on this level. And when I'm reading the forums and when I'm reading the articles, what people are saying is that they really got these emotions. They really going into the game. They really thinking, and they got conclusions, and they sometimes we leaving them without the conclusion, and they thinking what was the reason of something happened. And of course, we're basing on the Andrzej Sapkowski idea from the books that in this world you don't got white and black choices. You got like shades of gray choices. And sometimes there is no good choice. And when you making this choice, you need to live with the consequences of this choice. And this is also something which is not really often in the games. And we tried to put this amount of choices to give you the feel that the game adapts to your choices, and the world, you're changing the world, you're changing the lives of the real people, and you feel how what they done, what happened with them, and sometimes you are happy.
Yeah. I think I have the same point of view. I believe the best way of telling a story in a game is by telling that through and within a gameplay, and that is why video games are unique, and that is why they shouldn't be compared with movies or books, I think. I mean, in some games, you got this guy with a quest for you. He's in say his room, and he's like, "Okay, do this job for me, and I'll pay you later." And that's about it. You go through hell, and you'll come back, and the guy's like, "Okay, good job. Here's your payment. Come again." And that's it. You can simply replace that guy with an ATM machine or a fucking telephone. But in Witcher, things are different. Say, Triss has a quest for us. She would accompany us through dark dungeons or parties or many crazy stories. And I feel the presence of that character by me. Not because she's a smoking hot redhead, but because I have this emotional interaction with her character through and via the gameplay. And it makes it really important. Or I can talk about another example for the Baron's quest too. But Baron's quest is more like a good understanding of a character because of the main objective of the game. Our search for Ciri is the main quest of the game. And Ciri is like a daughter to Geralt, and we feel this personal concerns Geralt has for her. And by talking with Baron, we see that he has a family problem too. So Geralt is looking for his daughter, and Baron is looking for his wife and daughter too. So it's very understanding that these old guys feel each other and try to help each other in some sort of mutual goal. And this is what I would think about even after I'm not playing. I would think about the time I become a father, and I think about these characters and the problems they're struggling with. And I believe this is the best example of storytelling in a video game.
Thank you. Our goal was to somehow mirror the real problems which you can find in real life and show it in the video game, and give you some thoughts after it.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk about the world we play in. I believe Witcher's huge world is so real and alive, and it is not particularly because of the graphics. Why is that? Why this world feels so vivid?
Well, first of all, this is always something we told a lot before we released the game, that this is the change for the approach for the open world games, that my point and my goal was to create a story-driven open world game, and this is something else which you can find in different games.
Yeah.
And what is the most important here, that in my opinion, in most open world games, you got really repetitive quests, which are not deep, which don't get any story.
Yeah.
And what we try to do is to put this human touch to the every single question mark on the map, where you can go and tell even so small story by the I don't know, by the book, by the letter, by the environmental design, and we tried to give you the feeling that everything you search in this world is custom, and there are no two the same things, and it's worth to explore this world, and it's worth to check everything what is there. And I think that this is the main advantage of open world we done, and I think that that's why it feels so real.
Yeah, that's true. And some indie small developers might not see Witcher 3 as a good source of inspiration for their games. I mean, this was a game with multi-million-dollar budget, but the little simple details of Witcher is what I love most, and I believe it can be inspiring for anyone working on any project. For example, while playing Witcher, I was riding on my horse traveling to another place, and in the middle of my way, I saw and heard this girl sitting and crying in a wheat field. First, I thought that it's a side quest along the way, so I came off my horse and I found that that is not a quest. It's nothing. There's just this girl crying, and I don't know what's wrong with her, and I can't do anything about it. She doesn't want to talk to me. So I jumped back on my horse, and while riding, I couldn't stop thinking about her. What was wrong with her? Did she caught her boyfriend with another gal, or she was sad because this year their farm wasn't as much as productive? So these little details, these little empty spaces in Witcher makes it more realistic and understandable. And it's I think beautiful more than a sunset or a great texture. And I think this richness of the Witcher's world is one of the reasons that I want to travel in it instead of fast traveling, and that is a very good accomplishment in a game.
Yeah, it's what can I say? Our philosophy is to pay attention to the small details and to allow people who work here to fulfill their needs when they're doing the stuff in the game. And it was really hard because from the production perspective, it's like this, that you need to log the content in some point to debug the game and find all the bugs and prepare it to release. And in this approach, we putting the stuff till the end actually, and change the stuff till the end to release for the players the best game from which we want to be proud. And I think that these small details and small elements is the part of energy and the souls which our developers put into the game. And everyone puts a small brick into the game, and that's why it's so good.
Yeah. Now, talking about the vastness of the game, how can you organize all these mechanics in order to work together well? I'm not talking about the time or budget management. I'm talking about how you can be sure that your ideas are executed well in every department.
Well, it's like this, that you checking them by iterations, and you playing in every feature which is in the game. You need to get intuition. You need to believe that this is the good way. You need to feel that it's a good way. And later, when the whole game comes together in the engine, you need to play everything and check it, because usually at this point you're finding out that some elements doesn't work with each other so good, and you need to make changes and again iterate it until you will feel that this is the game you want to play. And every developer is a player also, and you need to base on your intuition, and you need to base on your knowledge about the games. I believe that if you're playing a lot of games and you're doing something and you feel that you really like the game you made, and it gives you fun. And for me, it gave me fun even now when I'm playing the game, to release the game. It means that I saw this game so many times and still got this feeling. And this is some sign that you're going into the right way. And this is all. You need to believe in yourself, and you need to be sure. But because if you feel that something is wrong, and you think that maybe you are wrong, and you leave it in the game, probably many people will feel the same as you feel, and people will not like this particular feature or this particular combination of the features.
Yeah, you guys have many quest designers. How can you all have all the? How can you have all these different quests designed by different people, but yet keep them all in the same direction?
Well, it's about speaking with people and got really good leads who work with them every day. It's really hard to describe, but the most important is to share vision with other leads. And then meet also with people who are doing the smaller tasks and speak with them and do the iterations with them. It's like this, that when we, for example, right now we are doing expansion, and I'm doing the review of all elements like monster fights, like quests, like dialogues, like cutscenes. We are going through everything and we speak about it, and we're speaking with every developer who doing it, what we want to achieve. And we, if there are problems, I'm showing what the problems are, but I'm trying to not give the strict solutions, because in this way you can kill the creativity in the people. I'm mostly try to motivate people and to give them energy to search for these solutions, and when they will search, when they will find them, they are happy and they see that things they are doing are better, and it gives them more drive to work on different things in the future. And it's constant sitting in the office, speaking with the people and playing the game. Actually, it's funny because I got some thoughts that after my first job in industry, when I was a tester, I make a loop, and I'm again a tester, but with really, really higher responsibility and decision making strange. And actually, I'm doing the same what I was doing, in the beginning. But right now, I need to be sure that everything is good, and I'm just, showing direction.
Yeah. And the next question is simple. Why do you release free huge DLCs? Is it wise to do this when many people in the industry are trying to bankrupt us with their incomplete games?
Mm-hmm. You're asking about these free DLCs. It's like this, that first of all, we want to show the industry and show to the people that it's good to doing something in different way, different manner. Yeah. And also we don't get DRMs, and we believe that people who like our game will buy it and will support us. And I think that showing that you care about people, showing that you checking the forums, that you listen for the problems with the game, and that you react for these problems, releasing patches, to trying to make the game perfect. Giving us this feeling that people believe in us, people support us even more, and people wait for our next games. And this is the most important for us, because we're doing something which is quite ambitious. Sometimes it's not so easy to went through. I mean, some quests are quite, some quests are depressing. Some quests are quite hard to understand, or and we believe that people want entertainment like this, and those people supporting us, and it's giving us the energy and drive to do more, and to push boundaries even more in the next projects.
Wow, thank you. Okay, before we finish, I wanted to ask you, what was the last game you played, and why did you play it, and was it good? And what is the most anticipated game for you coming out in the future?
For the most anticipated game, this year and next year are different games, of course, but right now I'm checking everything what is on the market, of course, because I want to be, good informed in which direction the industry is going.
Yeah.
And right now I'm playing a lot of games. I'm checking also the, let's say, remakes of the old ideas like Pillars of Eternity or Divine Divinity. I also playing right now new Batman. And I'm waiting this year for Tomb Raider, for Fallout 4, of course, because it's RPG and
Exactly.
we like many RPGs in the market. I will try, of course, play the Battlefront because I'm a huge fan of the Star Wars and there are probably there will be not a lot of story, but it will be great fun with the friends. And next year, for sure, Uncharted. And I hope that there will be more RPGs, in the future, because this is the game I enjoy the most, and I'm waiting for, what other developers will do.
Great. Now, any words on Cyberpunk 2077?
Well, I cannot say anything because, this is our policy that for now we are not speaking about Cyberpunk. What can I say? It will be great, and people will be surprised for sure.
Yeah, I'm a huge Cyberpunk fan, and I was playing Witcher 3, and I was like, boy, their next game is gonna be huger, even greater than this one. So I just can't wait for that. Okay, that's about it. Thank you so much for having this conversation with me, and once again, congratulations on Witcher 3, and I just simply can't wait for your next game. Yeah.
Thank you a lot.
Thank you very much.
See you.
Thank you, Robert.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.